Well, it was two sections. Pulaski Avenue was the Washington Road side and the Main Street side. It was woods in between. We didn't, and I grew up toward Washington Road. Then we called it Parlin. It was Parlin section. Uh, yeah, except we had one family across the street who were Irish. But they got along very well together, and they were always the good family. They were the only ones who had a telephone on the block, while my uncles were in the service, and that was during, World War II. So when uncles would come in, like to Fort Dix, and we're going to be coming home, they would call the neighbor's house, and they'd come running over and say, "I have a phone call for you," and got along very well. Everybody got along very well. Yep, when we were in grammar school, we all walked down onto the old Roosevelt School, out under the flag, and I don't remember too much else, but I do remember that everybody gathered outside, and whether we pledged the flag or what we did, but we all went out under the flag. Yes, I remember Sarah and Fisher. I had a great uncle who worked there. He was, I don't know what he did, but he worked with the kiln somehow, with the brick. But other than that, was always there. Well, I remember the buildings, the railroad tracks, the little cars that went across from the clay pit over into the brickyards. Other than that, it's... Oh, yes. Yeah, all the industries. I mean, it was almost an affluent town because everybody had jobs, everybody was working, they were very proud of what they were doing. Whole families, worked there, and from young on up, I guess. We had to get a bus to church, so of course my grandparents actually belonged to St. Stan's, but there was no bus to get us there, no transportation, so my mother and I sort of switched to Our Lady Victories, and we'd walk down to the corner and Sunday morning wait for the bus, and inevitably somebody would give us a ride. I don't know that we ever got the bus, because you knew everyone, and everybody was familiar, and everybody was like friendly. You could almost trust the people around you and all. People would stop and say, "We know you from church. Can we give you a ride?" It wasn't like they see us every week. They knew we were going every week, and that was a nice feeling. Even when I was first married, when we were a little older, we didn't have a car at home, and well, my husband had the car. I didn't have a car, so I used to walk with the children. Everything was walking then. Put them in the carriage or in the stroller, and you walked downtown and you paid your bills, because I think we paid our gas bill and our electric bill at Greenfields, and walked down and paid the water bill or tax bill or whatever we had to pay, and you walked down to the bank, because the bank was downtown. And I know one time I was walking and the carriage wheel was squeaking terribly, and there were men working up on a telephone pole. He came down from the telephone pole and said, "Just wait there." He got the oil out and he oiled it up for me so that I didn't squeak. And everybody was like friends. People knew me. They'd say hi because I saw you walking. How are you? I didn't see you last week. Where were you? Even though you didn't know them, it was a very nice, close-knit town. Well, you didn't have to go anywhere else. Everything was readily available there. You didn't have to run off to the mall and a thousand different ways to get things. And things, like I said, things were delivered to the house. So you were close with all those people, and you knew even anybody who was delivering. You knew all those people. You know, they were almost like family after a while. The junk man used to come around. You know what a junk man is? Well, it was a man that had a truck, and it was like an open truck, and you sold him your rags and things. Everything was recycled. You put the rags in a bag, he would weigh it, and he paid you by how heavy it was, and he took other scrapped things. I don't remember exactly what, if like tools or metal objects or things, but he was called the junk man. He came around with this truck with cowbells on it. When those cowbells were ringing, you knew he was coming. It's the junk man. If you had a bag of rags, you took it out. The clothing was recycled that way. Or any of your fabric. And then, I can't remember what else, but I know there were some like metal objects that he would take. And I don't know where they had their recycling, but they recycled back when.